Mastering Your Market, 10 ways top agents use high note to win more business. Just to get a little count, how many people are not high note users now? How many people not high note users? Send a message in the chat and either message me directly or to everyone. It'd be good to know so I know who we're talking to. And then, well, tell me if you are a high note user then. Uh, uh, Message in the chat, please. Okay. All right. Nice. Nice. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna first you're a believer. Exactly. All right. We're gonna talk about what what high note is. We're gonna talk about how you use it and all the other use cases that agents use high note for. And it's a really simple way to double your impact. And we're gonna show you how it was built to win listings and it still works to this day. We built it in the days when I had a brokerage, and Rebecca Brooks knows she's on the call right here. But we're gonna also talk about standing out from the competition, how you show value using high note, and then maximizing every lead, um, and winning clients before you even meet by sending high notes out, and then future proofing your business. Getting on a tool like High Note allows you to retain your clients and win referrals. So let's get into it, and away we go. All right. First of all, you stay to the end, you get this cool guide that we made and built, um, how to win more listings and buyers, two guides, a complete guide on how to win more listings, and complete guide on how to win more buyers, specifically around how to build great buyer and listing presentations. So um, stay to the end. We're gonna give you a code to scan that, and you'll get that for free. And it's for free, no charge for that. So just a little bit of a background. I'm an agent just like you. I was the number two condo agent in San Francisco, and here I was ringing the bell, opening bell for Zillow on the Nasdaq bell when they went IPO. We were invited to do that because we were very successful at the time, and we're very honored to do that. I was a founder of Climb Real Estate, one of the top 250 brokerages in the US, independent brokerages, and growing fast. We sold our brokerage to Realogy, which is now Anywhere, which will soon be Compass. It's a crazy world that we're living in now. But back then, we were high flying, and we had some secrets. And one of the secrets, we taught agents how to win using our secrets. And these secrets we're going to be revealing today on how you really just be a great agent and win more business. Now, when we started, this was the peak of real estate transactions back in 2006, 2007. That was when I got started in real estate. And it's almost been 20 years, which is shocking to believe. And this is when we started our brokerage, Climb Real Estate, in 2009. We felt like during the downturn was a great time to start a real estate brokerage. And this way, when it starts rising again, we would ride the wave up. And but if you notice that today's transaction market, number of transactions is very similar to the Great Recession. And that's because of the interest rates spiking so quickly, locking in sellers from selling, and then really discouraging buyers from buying. So we're at that time now. But my point in the slide is that look, success is built during the downturns. And this is where you need to reinvigorate your business by stepping up and increasing and enhancing the ways you do business. AI is definitely one of them. Highnote is the best AI presentation software out there, and I'm going to show you how. Now, this was our first office, and it was a live work loft in Soma, South of Market, which has seen better days. Trump is sending the federal, the National Guard in today, and maybe he'll help clean it up. I'm not sure, but um, but this is our brokerage later on when we became very successful. We had a great group of agents in here, and we were high flying. We were really successful, and I'm going to show you what we did now. But back in the day, in the beginning, we weren't the top agents, and we weren't around for decades. So nobody knew who we were, and we weren't the most experienced either. And so we had to stand out. We hadn't been around for a century, like Coldwell Banker and other venerable brands. So we really had to figure out a way to stand out. We were new, and we always felt like we were at a disadvantage. We had this big chip on our shoulder, and so we had to find a way to stand out, and High Note was the way. Um, but the question we asked ourselves when we were going up in these listing presentations and listing appointments is, how do we beat the top producer? How do we beat the guy or the girl who had decades of experience and many more sales than we did, and a huge track record, more than we did? So how do we beat them? Well, we figured out a way. Well, you have to look like a top producer, and that's how you do that is in your presentation. So you can see our presentation here. It's just beautiful, and it stands out. Now, it's a simple way to increase your lead conversion. And because what we found is when you're armed with great presentations, agents win more, much more. They're gorgeous and visual, informative, on brand, and highly personalized, right? So our agents were more professional, built trust faster, stood out, and won. And it was quite amazing at the turnaround. And so we felt like having the best presentation turned our agents into top producers. And so that's what we built High Note for. And let me give you a little background too about the appointment and when you use High Note. First of all, this is every appointment, buyer or seller, but I'm going to talk about seller here. The lead finds you somewhere, usually online. And there's an initial email or phone call. There's an outreach, and hey, how can I help you? Yes, I'm an agent. Great. Then you set up a meeting, and then you have a follow-up after the meeting, and then you close. Well, you have some great opportunities here to seal the deal besides the in-person meeting. And those times are here right before the meeting. You want to send something incredible, and you want to send something digital. So you want to send a stunning digital presentation, and for various reasons why you want to do that. Um, and but if you send something before, you're basically guaranteeing that you're setting up the in-person meeting to be super successful. And then after this meeting, you want to follow up. And so what you should do is follow up with something really amazing as well. So you want to break up the sales appointment into thirds. Sending a pre-listing presentation before meeting, and then fielding their questions and answering their objections and educating them on the process, and then following up. Okay. So you want to break up the sales meeting into thirds, and this is the way you're going to do it. Okay. Now, this was my business partner, and he came up with this method that I'm going to show you exactly this pre-listing presentation that he built, and we still use to this day. Joe, thank you so much. Um, Now, this is what it is. So it's when you first send something, you got to think about the person, right? They don't know who you are really, right? In most cases. So you got to get them educated as to who you are. Now, so first it's get to know the agent, right? And here we have video built into the tool. And let me just share my computer sound. Give me a second here. And so we
I'm
have
Chris Lim, and I'm the founder of Climb Real Estate. I don't know what
it is all built in. Then we talk about the team, we talk about the power of climb, and then we talk about the brokerage, right? Now, this was the intro to you and your services and your team and your brokerage. Next, you want to talk about your sales track record. So these are the things, these are the comps that you want to include, which are going to be similar to your target comp, like the seller, similar to the seller's home. If they're selling a condo, you want to show condo sales. If they're selling something in the $3 million range, you want to show those. So in this case, they were it was a big deal. So we were showing developer projects, and then you want to talk about the neighborhood, why your neighborhood has been great. Sorry, why you know that neighborhood that you're selling in. You want to give neighborhood validation that you're an expert in that neighborhood, right? So then after that, then you start getting into the nuts and bolts of the sale, navigating the home sale, marketing timeline, after an offer is accepted. What do you do? These are all stock and you work for any market. And as you can see, these are sort of process documents that you want to help clarify how a sale works in general. And then after that, well, it's getting ready to list. So let's talk about your home. And you should insert something that is from tax records if you can, because it helps frame the conversation around their home. And it shows that you did a little bit of due diligence and it helps personalize the presentation. So you want to talk about bedroom, bathroom count, square footage count. You want to talk about who owns the home. You want to make sure that you're speaking to all the decision makers on the call. So many times you show up for a meeting and you find out that, oh my gosh, not there's a brother involved or a sister involved or a mother involved or a father involved, and you don't have them on you need to speak with them because they're a major decision maker. So you got to include these tax records. Then you talk about the sale, what they bought it for. Maybe it shows some of the liens and things like that. You want to personalize your presentation by including these things. Now, what's the value of the home, right? Well, you're not gonna send it ahead of time. So many times it's a big rookie mistake to send the valuation of the home ahead of time because very often you can be wrong. And I've been wrong before where you sort of know exactly what the home is worth, and but then you show up and you didn't realize they had upgraded it, or you didn't realize there was this big view, or you didn't realize it was on a premium part on the block, and you also didn't realize the seller thinks their home is worth much more. So you immediately shoot yourself in the foot if you undervalue the home. So never send the value of the home ahead of time. And now, you also want to talk about the NAR commission lawsuit. What is the settlement all about? We have a great um, stock information sheet about what the changes in real estate mean, and then you include a listing agreement. Now, this listing agreement is a presumptive close or assumptive close, and it's a show of strength. So you want to send that ahead of time because it shows, hey, in order to work together, I need you to sign this. We need to enter an agreement. And the other reason why you include it is because you want to see if the seller reads this. If they're reading it, you get notified and you get analytics. And so it's a great signal, and it tells you that okay, they're considering you, especially if they're spending a lot of time reading it. Then after that, well, they're unsure maybe. They want to sign with you. Well, then you show your testimonials, right? And then you show you and you're like, "Hey, I'm excited to meet with you. Let's meet up." And this is a great introduction. This is a pre-listing presentation, and it's a surefire way to win business. It's a lot of times even before you show up. Now, after you meet, you have a great meeting, and then you need to follow up, right? You need to follow up on a number of things. What's your strategy? What's the price for the home? So you want to summarize that, and don't just send an email and PDFs, right? Prepare another presentation, especially if it's close. Real estate's a game of inches, right? Just like football, it's a game of inches. Every little thing you do is going to make the difference, could potentially make the difference in you winning this listing. So you want to talk about, okay, strategy, target demographic, timing, and then your valuation. Break up your comps in any way you want, whatever you think is the best way. In this case, we broke it up into 4 different sections. You can use Cloud CMA. You can use any sort of CMA package out there. But include them, right? You got to include comps here. And then you, you have show online property values, okay? Online, this is what your home is saying it's worth. And then you want to talk about dangers of overpricing, why you don't want to overprice the home, how that shoots yourself in the foot, and then next steps. Sales and marketing calendar, importance of disclosure, reason why your home isn't selling. And you want to start giving advice as if you're the agent already. And then you want to talk about, okay, let's get started. Here are my recommendations. Here's my listing agreement again, my team, my testimonials, and why you. This is a foolproof method to win listings. It's something that other agents are not doing. And again, you want to stand out. You want to show your value. So this is one of the main use cases of Highnote and a foolproof way to win listings and win buyers. Well, I mean, sorry, sellers as well as buyers. A lot of agents use it this way as well. Now, so why do you close with a follow-up presentation? Well, it doesn't cost you anything to do, and it could mean the difference between not getting it and getting it. So go for it. Don't just send one, send two. Your competition may be sending nothing at all. So you have nothing to lose except maybe thousands of dollars in your lost commission. And there's a lot of reasons why not having a good presentation is going to shoot you in the foot. Lost listings and clients, reduced client trust, lower commission potential. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Limited differentiation, poor client retention, difficulty competing against tech savvy agents. Okay. You need to stand out. Everyone is getting on the tech bandwagon. You need to really upgrade your business. And I'm going to skip this part. I'm going to get to the other use cases of Highnote, but Highnote makes it super simple to build really lasting and endearing interactive presentations. Instead of sending an email full of attachments and links, you're sending something that stands out and beautiful. And it's an easy way, it's a great way to win listings and buyers today, going digital as well. It's a next generation real estate sales platform, digital, interactive, AI based, dragging and drop materials. A lot of you already are users, so you know this, but the great thing is notifications and analytics, seeing what they're viewing, how many times, what is being read. It lets you be the proverbial fly on the wall. We have AI features and adding more all the time. And then we have built-in templates that show your tech forward, stand out from other agents, and helps you get built quickly. We also have a service to help you build these, customize these for you. It's called the Done For You service. Now, um, great testimonials on how to win listings. I think a lot of you know this already. So let's talk about the use cases. And we're going to go into each one of these, and I'll show you some really great use cases. This is an agent to agent walkthrough use case. So this agent, what he does is for every one of his listings, he builds a walkthrough video, a walkthrough high note to talk about what this property is about. And because a lot in his market,
All right, this agent-to-agent video, this is so you know a little bit more about the house before you even walk in the door.
in his market, they do lockbox showings quite a bit. So he makes sure that the agent knows all the things about the home.
If you're showing the home, feel free to pass this video on to your clients, but we're going to talk about 143, yes, 143. I love you back in the pager beeper days. Remember that? But first, we're going to talk about the
I don't
roof.
remember the
It is
143 roof.
a metal roof on the top and on the canopies.
So he walks through the home and points out all the great things about the home so that they don't miss it. And his showings are maximized because he's not there, right? And then he includes, I guess he includes social media video here. Let me see what this is. Oh, about the home. Yeah. So he's like pre-selling the home beforehand, and then he has property disclosure, um, and photos, etc. And so it's a great use case. Now, it's believe it or not, this is not the main one of the main things about this particular agent to agent walkthrough is this is how he wins listings. Why? Because he shows potential sellers, this is the type of thing that I do to market your home and sell your home. I prepare these agent to agent walkthrough screenings, high notes, and others sell. He wins tons of listings this way because why? Other agents are not doing something as thorough and thoughtful as this. So he stands out. Not And it's not for the reason you think. It's not because he's helping sell the home better, but because his sellers are impressed that he does something like this. He's standing out, he's differentiating his services. So this is a great way to differentiate yourself and your services. Um, so that's one great use case. Another one is recruiting. Hold on one second. Let me see. These are kind of out of order a little bit. Let's talk about well, recruiting, but we'll get into it. So if you're recruiting for your team, having a recruiting high note is a great way to showcase your brokerage or your team. And this is one brokerage that uses it for that case. It's a pretty obvious one, but it's something that it's great to do if you haven't already. Sales portfolio. This is something that I personally use it for. And this is how I tout my current business, um, current listings as well as current rentals. And these are the actual listings that I have. This is an off-market listing. It's a big loft that I have. I have another loft that's on the market in Soma, South Beach. And then I have I'm representing a buyer on this. I have an off-market listing here coming to market soon. I have another one at the Infinity and as well as another one here, like a condo building in town. I have some leases. This one is a great $14,750 a month, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 2.5 bath penthouse in Pacific Heights. And I have another one coming up in the marina. And and then you way to book a time with me and a notable transaction. So it's like almost like a single property website, and it's a lot easier to build than a single property website. So it's a great way to showcase yourself and your business. And I put this everywhere in my social media links or in my email signatures. Now, another great way, digital flyers. Building basically a flyer all about your listing. And you can include things like the building, you can include the neighborhood, you can include why this home is so great, all the features about the home, and then selling the home, how to sell the home. So this is a great way. And why do you send this out? Well, it's a lot. You can see who's reading it and who's serious about the home and what are they checking out. Here's some other great ones. A lot of New Yorkers use this. A lot of people from Chicago as well. This one is about an apartment in New York, and he talks about, he includes things like the virtual tour in here. This is old, and then using a floor plan, showing the floor plan, building amenities, videos about the property. And so it's a great way to build something quick and easy and send it out to any leads. All right, digital flyer, email signature, or link in bio. So this, I put the high note right in the link of my email signature, and so that when they click on it, they could see all of my properties for sale and for lease, and it's exactly like the portfolio. It's linked to the portfolio. And then, so you always include this, always have this as one of your way to capture leads and to really showcase your properties. and your business. Client updates. This is a great one. I use it as well to update my clients, either buyers or sellers, is as to the next steps. And it's a great way to summarize your work that you did for your client. And you could review disclosures, you could show the inspection of the home, securing the home loan. This is for a buyer. Homeowners insurance, walkthrough of the home, signing documents and closing. Here are the utilities, and thank you. So this is a great way to frame your business and the process around next steps with your buyer or your seller. I have a seller portal that I use as well, and you showcase all of the things you've done for your seller. It's a great, great use case for that. And then a welcome book. Now, a lot of times you're representing the buyer or maybe a renter, sorry, a landlord, and you are dealing with the tenant. So you want to um, summarize all of the materials uh, about the home and to really give a smooth walkthrough and a smooth entry point for the home. Now, here's your move-in checklist. Here, activate your PG&E, your electric, get renter's insurance, download the app to get into the building. Here's some email lists, rules and regulations, some disclosures about the home. And so it's a great way to create a welcome. A lot of people use it for Airbnb welcome books. So if you have an Airbnb, putting all the information in there to showcase the home is a great thing to do. Now, neighborhood guides. So you want to, if you want to show you're an expert in your neighborhood. So this agent made one about Greenwich, Connecticut, and locals guide about it. Here's your guide to home buying here. Here's my blog about it. Here's some wine. I'm not sure why they put wine in here. I guess it's like sort of a useful resource for them, but wine for people who are interested in local in Greenwich, Connecticut. Now, that's a great one. A lot of people use it for building, making a specific building guide, what have you. So it's a great way to build out knowledge and expertise around yourself. Open house sign in. Um, a lot of agents using it for signing in, giving them information about the open house, other open houses nearby, home buying guide, etc. So, fantastic way to capture information. Now, there's a feature in Highnote that allows you to capture leads. So, you would enable that, and then you would capture that lead and that information. Now, seller portal. This is the one we talked about with the buyer process, client update process. This is exactly the seller portal here, the selling process, seller intake form, preparing your home for sale, setting a pricing target, timeline proposal. Um, Here are the next steps. We're going to put photos, just listed postcard, just listed flyer. Here's the 3D tour, digital assets, online activity report, um, and then showing all of the things that you've done for the seller so that they're constantly reminded, my gosh, there's a lot of work involved in this process. Um, Offers. Rebecca, look, this is your offer in here from back in the day. So, this is sending offers with Highnote is a great use case as well. Why? Well, because you get to see the analytics. You get to see whether people are agents or the seller are actually reading the offer. And if they're not reading the offer, you know one thing, you're too low in price. So delivering your offer, yeah, exactly. Delivering your offer like this is a great way to do it. Now, back in the day, we would include buyer videos. Today, it's not recommended for fear of discrimination, etc. And so, but what you can do in this case, instead of the buyer love letter or video, you could put the agent and the agent describing how much the buyer loves the home, etc., and how you are serious and going to secure this deal. So, and this is the offer. So a lot of agents use that to win deals. Um, and closing docs. This is another great way, another great use case for Highnote. Um, Sending out closing materials, closing statements, um, payments. How do you pay taxes before moving in? This is what you need to do. And your mailing address. So for forwarding mail. So don't forget to do that. So this is a great way to stay in touch with any homeowner as well, because they're going to be needing those closing docs for taxes, especially the settlement statement. Real estate reviews, reviewing a home purchase every year for your homeowners to stay in touch. Ninja agents love to do this, and it's a great way to reach out constantly to not be forgotten. And reviewing, talking about the market, what's the market doing, price trends, market reports, etc. Market predictions, the what's the outlook looking like, and then maybe you could schedule a review about the value of their home and what's going on in the market personally. So it's a great reason to stay in touch with your past buyers who are now homeowners. And as you know, a great many um, homeowners forget to contact their original agent. Why? Because that agent who was a buyer agent back in the day has moved on and has lost touch with that buyer and homeowner. So you want to make sure that you stay in touch. Now, back to this intro slide. What else can you do with High Note? So these are 13 ways, but um, you know, these are just some great ways to use High Note, and it's a great platform that High Note allows me to present every aspect of our communication from High Note, I mean, it's from nurture to close. So I'm going to pause for any questions and in here, and I've seen other use cases that have been outside of real estate. One agent we know used it for their children used it to showcase their softball and golf expertise, and they would send it out, including videos, um, links to their schedule, achievements, and things to coaches for in college to get recruited. And so it's just a great way to deliver a lot of materials to stand out and to showcase yourself. Um, any questions so far? I'll pause a second for anyone that has questions or anything else you want me to cover. Now, as I wait for these questions, oh, Yvette's on a basic auto plan. All right. Anyway, done. We also have this done for you template service. Some of you may know about or maybe don't. But if you need any template built and customized, we have staff who can help you do it. And buyer presentations, seller presentations, any sort of template you need, custom editing, unlimited edits. We could also modify your PDFs if you need help with graphic design as well. Full high note tutorial. And um, yes, it's once you have a template done, just building them is super easy to do. Um, Also, we for our listing presentations, if you buy this done for you template service and you don't win a deal, using High Note, we will refund your money on these customizations. So if you use these presentations to win deals and you use High Note as described, and if it doesn't help you win more, we will refund your money. So it's a great way to do that. And so just a little bit about High Note if you don't know already. The pricing is 33.25 a month, um, or 39 a year if you pay monthly. Such a small price to increase your business and your workflows. Um, and the done for you presentations, 349 each one. So $350 for a full customization of any presentation. And listen, upgrading your presentations is an easy way to win. And if you're not a user now, you can sign up. We have a free discount code NNHN Web 2025 for 20% off. Are all of your examples in the Built for Yes. If you go to Built for You, you'll see all the different examples. Hey, Bruce, how's it going? Good to see you in there. So here is a free guide, how to win listings before your appointment, how to make sure your listing appointment is successful, and how to wow buyers before an appointment. Scan this to get this guide, free guide, so that you can learn more about High Note. And are there? I'm gonna pause. Any questions? I guess I must have done a great job. You guys already know. You already know how to use it. If you ever need more licenses or more help, or you want done for you help, reach out. Chris is on the call and he put in his link in here. Um, uh, yeah, does a 20%, it doesn't work. I mean, if you already, but if you're a monthly plan, I guess you could use it, or you can use the 20% for next year, when your subscription renews, or you can use this 20% for done for you for sure. So, the done for you service if you need help building. Um, yeah, so it's just been great. I'm gonna show you uh our built with high note section and show you all these different ways that agents are using high note. If you go in here, you can see all the different ways this is working for users. Oh, market reports is another way that agents are building high note. Built a use case for building sorry, for using Hino is a market report. So they're building one out and sending that out to a lot of people. Um, what else is in here? Yeah, more market report stuff. Buyer resource guides, home buyer consults, sponsorship, sponsorship events. Oh wow, this one person is doing Savannah baseball event. They're super hot. The Savannah Banana team. Um, let's see what else we see here. Welcome home. That's the welcome book. Um, more sales sort of presentation. So this is a great way. Go look, take a look. Just sold marketing using Hino. Uh, Anything else in here? Let me see. Yeah, but Bruce, all of them that I showed are all live and here in our built with high notes section. Okay, guys. Uh, any other questions before we sign off? Thank you. If there's any, are you gonna show us how we can see what they're looking? Oh, you want to see analytics? Yeah, let's do that. So, let's just say I have a presentation. I am going to share this with you. This presentation with you. This is a pre-listing presentation, and this is what it looks like. I built this, and so what we're gonna do is share this link, and I'm gonna name this link. So I'm gonna name it just the date of the presentation, and I'm gonna require an email to view just so I can see on this call who's accessing it. So I'm gonna share it in the chat. So everyone take a look at the presentation, and I'm going to show you what happens on my side with the analytics. Um, so I see Valerie at Flagstaff Houses looking at it, Chris K at Highnote looking at it, Angela at Angela Carson's team looking at it. So keep looking, keep clicking through the presentation. And so I see uh, you guys are using Chrome browsers for the most part. Chris K is using a smartphone, mobile phone on a browser, and Valerie, she checked out sample listing. That I think that link is broken, but it doesn't matter. The whole point is you know that what's been clicking people have been clicking on. Claude at Echo Fine Properties is looking. Garrett at Garrett Gansky. Um, and I'm going to refresh again. I could see more things that people are looking at. Fentner at gmail.com. Looking at, oh, she actually wrote a review. This is amazing. Agent video as well. So you could see all of the ways that people are accessing the properties. Now, yeah, so it's a really, these are signals as to your lead or client's interest into your presentation. And it's something that is very, you cannot get that with an email and attachments and links. All right, questions. Uh, Yes, you can archive them. There's a way to archive them, Bruce. And so instead of throwing it out, you can just go into and click on archive presentation in the three dots. It'll just be hidden and archived. And in your left folder here, it says archive. So it won't be deleted. It'll just be out of the way. So good. Um, yeah, and then for we have new feature. If you wanted to save favorite sections for yeah, I'll show you. It's called clipboard. So let's just say I want this team, and I want this team in another presentation. So what I can do is I can add it to my asset library. Okay, and it's a favorite. So now it's sort of a favorite, so that when I go to another presentation, and let's say I want to do I want to make a new one here. I'm going to make a new one, and then I want to put it. I want to paste it into this presentation. I can go into my asset library and see all the different ones that I have. So my team here I can then use. So I can just click on it and it'll insert it into my presentation so that I can have a quick clipboard that saves time in building presentations. Cool. What support do we have available? Yeah, we have online support, free one-on-one training. So you can just go to highnote.io/meet with success. We have online chat, which is in the bottom of this tool, bottom here of this tool, bottom of your tool. You can message in. We have about an hour to 2 hour turnaround time, sometimes instant, it depending on when you are messaging. If you're messaging at 3 in the morning, we can't guarantee instant results. But any other questions? And then if not, we are gonna wrap up. Um, yes, Bruce. Yeah, web presentation. The guides aren't downloaded. Elena, we'll have them emailed to you. Well, they get emailed to your inbox, so check your email for those guides. Post as a Mark, I see it as possible to post as a web presence. Absolutely. Oh, you want to see who's posted a high note online? Well, most of these built with high notes are public. A lot of these are public. Now, we don't have an exhaustive list of everyone that has, but anyone that has made a web page, we review them internally, and then we look to see um, if it's good to feature. So if you search through, we have hundreds of different use cases of people posting high notes online. And so, but you see, it's a lot of the similar things. There are address ones, property flyers, listing presentations, websites, event high notes, um, uh, buyer guides. So you see it all in here. Yeah. the built for you, the done for you Deborah's asking about done for you features. Yeah, you can reach out to Chris. He's on this call right here, or you could just message in to message directly in and ask to be invoiced for that done for you service. That can definitely help you. Um, uh, yeah, and any of these templates you can if you like them, you can forward to yourself. And forwarding it to yourself, all you have to do is click on forward. So you open it up and you click on forward, and that goes right to your own account. And then you'll have this, and you just make a copy of it, and you can get started on building using this template as someone else's stuff. Um, so any other, these are great questions, guys. Yeah, Rebecca, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Rebecca, I'll reach out to you. Let's book a time and we could show this to the founders so that they can offer this as a benefit for all their agents. Absolutely. Um, cool. I'll email you after this, Rebecca. Thank you. All right, guys. Anything else before we wrap up? Thank you so much. I hope this was helpful and useful. And I hope to see you building things. I want to see you guys building stuff that we could feature and built with Highnote. Um, thanks again. And right now, the winter is a great time to be doing this, upgrading your marketing, upgrading your systems, and and you know, taking your business to the next. Thank you, Rebecca, so much. Really appreciate this. This is recorded. Yes, it is. And it will be sent out after this call. Elena, did you get the email? Cool. Ang, we'll definitely reach out to you um, to get this going. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Really appreciate it. And I will end it. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye.